Welcome back. Well, you just heard from our online contributors. However, we shift our attention back to the studio and we're now joined by Sulaiman Kazim. Sulaiman, thank you for coming on the
My
program this
honor.
afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
Where did it go wrong for you and where did Nigerian youths get it right during the 2015 general elections?
Well, truth be told, the role of the Nigerian youths in the last election cannot be overemphasized.
Why?
Yeah, because it was more of, the focus was more on the Nigerian youths.
Okay.
And for them, it was more of saving the future. For them, it was more of salvaging the system. So to be truthful, the role they played in the election was very vital. And at the point, it was more of whatever they decide would go a long way in reshaping the future of the country. So, because to be candid, it was more of the situation needed an audience attention, and there was a need for them to actually come in to make their voice to be heard. And not just making their voice heard, but ensuring that whichever decision they make will to a large extent secure the future, save the rots, and most likely make the country get better. So it was more of Nigerian youths.
No, okay, so you kept making mention of situation. What's the situation you're talking about?
Yeah, we all know the very state of the country when it comes to the economy, to the security, infrastructure, and other.
Well, we have the biggest economy in Africa.
How do you describe the biggest economy in Africa when you have the most when you have fast rising level of slums and shanties in the country? We have fast rising level of unemployment in the country. So how do you match the both? They don't correlate.
All right, let's just put that aside and move forward. I mean, of course, in the past, you see that youths are being used during elections, and then after the elections, they get relegated to the background.
Yeah.
Do you see that happening in this dispensation? Or, I mean, if you just said that their role cannot be over-exaggerated, that means they did absolutely well and they did contribute a lot. What would you think would be happening once the handover takes place? Do you see them being relegated to the background, or?
No, apparently I don't see the Nigerian being relegated to the background because
why?
Yeah, because the truth is at the moment the future of the country rests so much on the shoulders of Nigerian youths. And truth be told, the incoming government, to a large extent, has given all indications that truly the youth's participation in national governance is very key. So I don't see that happening, like the youth being pushed to the back of the curtain during the real process of governance. I don't think that will happen. So I see a government where the youth to be very important, be very useful towards nation building. So that should happen.
All right, hitherto before now, of course, during the 1999, even from, let's say, from 2003, 2007, 2011 elections, there were some cards that were being played during elections that didn't play out this time around. Not that they weren't played, they were played, but the youths still said, no, we're going the way we want to go. What do you think was responsible for this act? I don't want to go in detail, but just to say, mention a few: religion, ethnicity, and all those kind of cards. This time around, the youths were resolute and they felt, oh no, we have to go the way we want to go. What can you say was responsible for this collective decision? Because going from what you just said now, the youths did play a large role during the elections.
Like I said earlier, it all boils down to the determination of the youth. The youth were determined and they were resolute to get very stuck to a decision to salvage the system. So unlike in past times when you see different cards being played, that has to do with blasphemy and calumny. But a lot of these cards were played too during the 2015 elections. A lot of these cards in fact, they were played more than how they've always been played in the past. But the youth were attached to the fact that we need to ignore all of this. We need to ignore all of this so as to ensure that we do our best to make a decision that will affect the future.
Could that have been because of monetary gains?
I doubt if the president of the youth that actually took part in the electionary process did that for financial kickbacks. I doubt, because most of my friends around and even people on Twitter and other social network, most of them did all of this not because of the kickbacks. They did it because they wanted to save the system. They wanted to salvage the future of the country, particularly because of their unborn children and themselves equally. So it was not about the kickbacks that actually would have, in one way or the other, gotten to every of them or part of them. It was more of the system.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was. Well, I wouldn't know if some of them actually did that for financial kickbacks, But to a large extent, people around me, even my very close friends and allies who did a lot for the Buhari Osinbajo campaign, did that because they were fed up of the system. They weren't ready to actually make this system continue the way it is being run under this incumbent administration.
So what do you think they will do if the system should fail them now, going beyond the May 29th handover?
Well, it will be very disappointing if the system fails. And we can't afford to watch the system fails. We can.
So what would you do if it fails? I'm not saying it will fail, and I'm not praying for it to fail.
Well,
but if it does fail, what would you be doing?
Well, this is democracy. If by venture the incoming government does not, underproduce, so to say, we'll meet at the ballot again. We'll meet at the ballot again to choose who leads us beyond 2019.
All right, Suleiman Kazim, we'll meet again at the ballot, so you say, and so you say the Nigerian youths will do, or will meet with the politicians come 2019 if, in case, the system should fail them again. But we'll have to hold it here. Thank you for coming to the program and sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
We go on a break, and when we return, we see your tweets, of course, and your messages coming on our Facebook as well as Google Plus pages. We're going to take a look at some of them and also look at the most viewed video on our YouTube page in the last week. Please join us again.
This week's fifth most viewed video is the rib-cracking performance by comedian Bobby during last year's Vanguard Man of the Year award.
Sometimes I dey wish make God just scatter everything, take everybody destiny from them. Come scatter them for ground, say make we start again. Then go take go define in destiny. No, say I don't match them. I don't match them for ground like this.
In fourth is the mind-blowing confession of a nanny who kidnapped 3 children a few days after her employment at a Surulere household.
I kidnapped the children on Sunday. I bring them down to Abidjan. They called me. They say you are going on a mission. I say again.
The third spot is taken by the released video of Boko Haram insurgents fleeing Sambisa forest. Coming in second place is this baby-making factory, discovered by the Imo State Police Command.
I didn't know that the baby would be sold out. So on 24th of November 2013, I gave birth to a bouncing baby girl that was promised to be given 100,000 naira.
And in first place is the video of a man who killed his 4-month-old son in Kogi State.
There you go, the videos that you watched the most in the past week. Youth participation is relevant in politics because of its large population and potentials in terms of mass mobilization. While youths are being deployed as campaign agents for crowd mobilization at rallies, to chant political slogans and for successes at elections, at the end of the day, they are relegated to the background. Even the natural positions that they fit in, like commissioners or advisors on youth matters and youth campaign coordinators, are assigned to old politicians. Now, with the May 29th handover just around the corner, Nigerians will be waiting to see if the trend will change. We end on this note, but continue via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Victor Matthias.